Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for FET render and injective price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with FET here. On the daily, a little bit of course reminder for the all-time history. What do we have? What we might expect next? So basically on FET we have here a wave W or wave 1 finished here. Very likely a W, X and a Y, guys, and that because of course of the three waves here, meaning finished wave A, and then we're looking for a wave B. The wave V is potentially can be finished. Well, this wave V, of course, where we have here an A, B, and a C, and very likely to be in a W, X, and a Y. The X here is a triangle after three ways down as W. We have triangle as an X and another, of course, a zigzag here, or I would say a flat three ways down, three ways up, and again three ways down, which it might be, of course, another wave Y over there. Meaning that can be, of course, something finished. It can be, of course, a 1-2 and a wave 3, and we see already a signal of strength still in the upper side here for FET. Despite that the crypto market, Bitcoin, and other coins are very massively downward, I'm very surprised to see, of course, FET still holding on and even registering new highs. Let's dive inside it and to read this price action, what happened and what it might happen next. So basically, as I mentioned, we are very bullish potentially here, but not yet directly pushing towards the upside. Okay, it can be. I mean, this is, I mean, psychologically and fundamentally, if Bitcoin, of course, you will also say the same, and you will tell me how are you bullish and Bitcoin is pushing towards the downside. So, of course, lower probability, guys, lower probability. So calm down, of course, and don't worry. I'm not bullish here totally yet, but very likely that it is a wave 2, of course, very long in time here. And then we need, of course, the same time for a wave 4. Now, of course, we registered a new high. Then you will ask me, okay, but isn't it the wave 5? No, it is not that because, of course, it's a 5 waves up, wave A, B, and another 5 waves up here potentially as another diagonal, which is definitely, of course, corrective. Finishing an A, B, and a C, we're looking, of course, for a wave C towards the downside. And as I mentioned before, this probability exactly what I was expecting here is a wave C that it might range, of course, in a very long time here, the same as it did in the wave 2. It might repeat exactly, of course, the same by unfolding something, of course, like very, very long sideways, wave C, and then pushing towards the upside later on. Meaning, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then the wave 5 start to die. Yeah, until of course we die with it, with the time, because this is gonna take a lot of time, guys. So basically, we might have even another option is a triangle here that it might be unfolding. I doubt so much, of course, expanding diagonal, guys. I hate this option, but um, basically that, of course, this might be also a probability. So I'm gonna keep, of course, this triangle possibility there. A running triangle. A, B, of course, taking the high, wave C, D, and a E, and then pushing for higher. Yep, so this is regarding FET. Why I don't think that we're gonna drop massively for a new low? Because of this. Again, because of this, we took the high over here. Whether we are in expanding diagonal, that means, of course, you drop one more massive drop, which is explosive, which it can be, of course, but it's almost the same right now. I feel the same, like very far probability is the same as, of course, very far probability for very, very bullish. Because very rare to get, of course, expanding diagonal, but it can be, of course. Nobody knows, but of course, to take this as double 1-2, it's impossible. And of course, to take it as something as an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most of the guys in Discord knows that this is wrong, and we cannot take it like that. All right, guys. So this is regarding FET. We're gonna push towards render. Yes, we have render with this video. So for render, we're gonna take a look also at the all-time history first, where we have the daily. So for the daily there, we are looking at a potential A, B, and a C towards the upside, finish three waves as a wave A. we have a three ways down, of course, triangle, and then we're looking for other three ways down, as well as a wave Y. Meaning, if this is the case here, that we have finished a W, X, and a wave Y, can be a possibility, or we still in a wave C. Sorry, guys. We still in a wave C where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, as diagonal. So the diagonal for render is still possible. Of course, one more low, meaning finishing an A, B, and a C here. Truncated wave C, it's fine, of course, and then pushing toward the upside. Let's dive inside it. On the 2 hours chart here, we can see that we have kind of like, since that low here, this diagonal, we have like kind of 1, 2, 3, and formation of a wave 4 somehow. And we were looking in the last analysis yesterday, in case that we are in a diagonal, because of course we got so far, we were looking, of course, in a potential diagonal, but we got, of course, the 1-to-1 here, which is our invalidation of a wave 4. If you remember, I mentioned that, okay, this is our invalidation because the wave 4 will become longer than wave 2 here, which is not allowed unless we are in double 1, 2, and wave 3. Wave 4, of course, also not allowed to interfere, and it did interfere. Therefore, nothing is bullish. Okay, all the bullish scenarios are already invalidated. Confirmation, as you can see, for lower below the 1-to-1, because I want to make sure that it is longer than the wave 2. So that's perfect indication here. Of course, if you put it, of course, as per your stop loss here, in case that you were bullish, of course, then you will know. And of course, in case that you were out, you could, of course, take it as a trade because it's a confirmation for lower there. And here we are. And that means, of course, three ways down, three ways up. We are looking for, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. What is very impressive is also it is still corrective and it doesn't aim to take a new low. That's very, very interesting for render. FET and render are not aiming anymore for a new low somehow. And I can know this from, of course, this structure, guys. Three waves down, three waves up, meaning maximum is going to be a wave 4 and a wave 5 again. Yeah. But basically, that's also interesting. Wave 4 invalidation of bullish. Sorry, I was like quiet a little bit thinking about it. But yeah, if we take the low here, that means this is invalidation. Yeah, so 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Huh, interesting. Therefore, something else also still unfolding, even not bullish, not a wave 5. And in this case, the only case that we remain bullish is a triangle. Because the triangle is not going to take the low anymore, or is not going to take the invalidation, meaning A, B, C, D, and E, and then pushing for higher. Otherwise, if we take the low, then we have to count, of course, ABC, then ABC, then ABC. Oh, okay. Then ABC, then ABC leading diagonal. Yep. So that what it might be, of course, the situation later on. It might take some time, of course, to accumulate and some range here as a large 1, 2, and then pushing for higher, guys, in a leading diagonal. This is the highest probability then. Interesting how a small wave, three waves here, give us, of course, a potential scenario and readings, of course, for the next large macro levels. For injective on the all-time history as well, for injective, we are looking at an ABC, wave A, and then wave B toward the downside. I'm still looking here for lower, one more low, of course, for injective as A, B, and a C. Of course, it's an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and potentially 4 and a 5 is still unfolding. If we dive inside it for the 2 hours chart here, we are looking also after this massive drop here in double 1, 2, wave 3, and then wave 4, and a wave 5 in the orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished, and of course another wave 4 in the blue, and finally, of course, we're unfolding the final wave 5, which is our trigger for a bull run here, of course, for the injective 2.66 and below. Of course, it can be even a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Still looking into this ending diagonal. And I'm looking, of course, for a massive move towards the upside sooner or later. confirmation for lower. No need to wait for it. It is already confirmed, and that because of course we have an impulse downward, and this has end up of course as a correction, three ways up, meaning of course the trend continue toward the downside, guys. Very simple. So that is very clear for injective as well. My target here is simply taking the 2.66. I don't need to be much more bearish than this. I think even if the wave 3, 4, and a 5, okay, it might go a little bit more to the 2.46, can be, yes. Um, yeah, and then pushing further. No financial advice for me. I'm gonna start to be in, of course, from there, guys. Yeah, several entries somehow like this. Think about it, of course, risk management and strategy always. Yep, so this is regarding injective render and FET. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Before you leave, make sure to join our private Discord community. There you will get daily updates faster than YouTube, plus exclusive bonus trading signals for the gold, silver, Bitcoin, and stocks. You can also request one special technical analysis every day and get access even to our only members video on YouTube and also on Discord. And stay ahead, of course, with economic and political news that actually moves the market. And of course, we do regular Q&A sessions, so you can get your questions answered directly in the Discord. And of course, if you're serious about leveling your trading, the Discord link is below in the description and in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.